Welcome to episode 48 of the Banter Boyz podcast, aka the Man City are in first place podcast.
I mean, I knew it was coming, so
Yeah.
hot off the press.
How we doing?
We were doing good.
Oh, hold on, it's not in my cropped out.
There it is. Yeah, you gotta keep it in there.
There we go.
8
Life is
p.m.
good.
used to mean 8 p.m.
Yes, Mr. Canna, you're right. We have a new subscriber,
Hold on.
KBC 20813.
Hold on,
Let's go.
KVC. Out of all the people here, who do you think the reason is why we didn't start at 8?
And he just put his mic on mute to say, "Fuck you, Nikos. Fuck you, Nikos."
Who's KBC?
I'm assuming it's
Kyle Vincent Canna.
Got the full gov name.
Oh, full gov name. Full gov name. So, how was everyone's weekend?
Pretty good.
I've had worse weekends.
Yeah, I can't complain.
Yeah.
Got a new team on top of the league, a new manager coming to Chelsea. Hopefully, someone who can right the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so much has happened in the last week.
I know.
Crazy.
We have to have had the most managers fired in a Premier League season, right?
That's a good question.
That's gotta be. Somebody has to check that because this is
Chat, check it.
Somebody chat GPT that because it feels like, I mean, what, Spurs have had 4, right? They've had like 4, so like this is crazy.
Yeah, there's like 7 managers between Tottenham and Chelsea.
So the most managers sacked in a single season is 14 during 22-23.
Wow.
It's definitely a trending thing. It's kind of annoying how quick they are to pull plugs.
Definitely quick to pull the trigger.
Some could say it's a little bit annoying how not quick some teams pull the plug.
Right now, it says we're at about 10,
Wow.
according to AI.
Not bad at
So
all.
we still got a few to
Yeah.
go.
And that's just
Yeah.
Tottenham and Chelsea.
Yeah, we didn't even include any other team.
It's not bad at all.
We didn't even talk about Ange Postecoglou's 1 month tenure at Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, I was gonna say Forest has had a bunch.
KVC says
Oh, that
stop,
was this year.
stop deflecting, address Arsenal being in second and bottling again.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
We'll get there.
We'll naturally get there.
Let's run through our games, our predictions. Let's do that real quick. First up, we had Spurs versus Brighton. I am the only one who guessed a draw.
Fuck.
So I got a point there. 2-2.
I could have sworn I guessed a draw on it, dude. I'm not gonna lie.
You all guessed 2-1 in different variations. Wes and Nikos were on Spurs side. JP was on Brighton side there. Next up was Chelsea versus Manchester United. JP, you guessed a draw, so you don't get any points. Wes, me and you both got a point for guessing a Manchester United victory. And Nikos backed his team, didn't get any points. We'll skip City and Arsenal. We'll do that one last because obviously that's going to take the most time. Palace West Ham 0-0. Wes, you guessed the draw.
Let's go. I thought so.
You got the point on that one. And then we'll just do Champions League real quick because I know we're going to spend a lot of time in the Arsenal game. Atletico Madrid versus Barcelona ended 2-1 Barcelona, which Wes correctly guessed. 2-1 Barcelona.
Let's go. So it's double points.
Yep. And
Late season push.
JP, you got a point for guessing Barcelona.
By the way,
to win the game.
I didn't know if this was already planned. Can I just interject that On the last game week of the year, can we predict every single game so it leaves some?
There's some room. Yeah, that could be something that we do, definitely.
Yeah, and then also like all of mine are 2 points or 3 points.
Hey, you can get them all right. You get all the scores right.
Just for fun.
So Wes got a point. Wes got 2 points there. JP got a point there. Next up was the Liverpool PSG. I correctly guessed the score as 2-0 PSG, so I got the double points there.
Fucking shit, dude.
Nikos and JP also guessed a PSG victory. Wes, you guessed a draw. No
Fuck you,
points
Dylan
there.
Hogan.
What did I say? How many? What was my score?
You
I
were
said 3.
3-1, and JP was 2-1.
Damn.
Next up was Arsenal Sporting 0-0 draw. Wes correctly guessed the draw. Got a
Yes,
point there.
I
got a lot
thought
of
I
points
did.
on the draws this
Let's
time.
go.
So then nobody else got any points. And then Bayern Munich, Real Madrid. What an amazing game, by the way. 4-3 Bayern Munich. Me, Nikos, and Wes all guess a Bayern victory. So we all got the point there.
Oh,
JP went
what did I say?
2-2. You went 2-2 draw
Oh,
on that
I need
one.
to know what this point total is. I
So we will.
Wes jumped me. Wes jumped me.
Here we go. The prediction table is up. JP, you're still ahead
wait.
by just
he
2 points.
How is he 2 up on me still?
Yeah, Wes, you made up a lot of ground. You got 6 points, and JP got 3, so you cut that lead.
Yeah, we're all just making up ground.
You guys are all doing good. I did get 5 points. Wes got 6 points. Nikos and JP each got 3 points.
So I'm 11 points.
But we are in the
away.
home stretch. We are in the home stretch on that.
If I genuinely just get it to where I'm within 7 points on last game week, you're done.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay. You heard it here first, folks. All right. And then last up, Manchester City, 2-1. Nobody correctly guessed 2-1. Nikos was the closest at 1,000-1. He almost he almost got that right. And then JP with 5-1 was also close.
Damn, I was so close.
What did I guess? No, I think I backed us. Of course,
You
I
did. You
I don't
did
think I've ever
2-1.
not chosen them.
I guessed 1-1, which I was pretty close. 1-1 draw. I had that pretty close.
Can we just say that if whoever decided the exact regulation of goalposts, if it was 6 inches wider, we would have had like a 5-4 thriller.
Yeah,
Dude, if it was 1 inch, if it was 1 inch wider, I think we would have had a fucking 3-3 draw.
I mean, like, an inch is like massive, so like we can't really like change. Can't do that.
No, my thoughts on the game. That's the best we've played in the last few weeks. Honestly, very close game. I mean, City had their points where they had the possession. We were having a real tough time breaking down the press until the ball got to like Eze, and then he was able to make stuff happen multiple times. Subbing him off was wild. Wild decision to sub him off.
No idea why that happened.
No idea why that happened. To bring on Gyökeres when you're chasing a goal, but with only 14 minutes left, when you were chasing a goal for like 30 minutes, I don't understand why we're not doing that earlier. Like, it doesn't matter if you lose 2-1, 3-1, 4-1, or 5. Like, doesn't like let's kind of go for it here. We definitely have some passengers on this team, and hopefully we can get over the line with them. But Zubamendi is not good enough as a DM. And just watching that game and like specifically watching him was like, nah, this dude just gets passed around. Like he's just a cone in the middle of the field. And when he got taken off, Zubamendi, when he got taken off and Declan Rice had to play that position, such a difference. Such a difference. So, yeah. Disappointed, but we now have 5 weeks, and whoever can get the most points and most goals scored is going to win the league because we are tied on points, tied on goal difference, and City have the second tiebreaker at goals for. But they have what?
And the next tiebreaker.
Yeah, well, you
which
have
is head-to-head points.
Yeah, it doesn't do goals against and then head-to-head.
Nope.
Because you have what
goals
3
for,
more
head-to-head.
Because you have 3 more goals scored, but we have 3 less.
Yep.
Goals against. So
it's goals for, then head-to-head.
Yeah. So it's very, very, very close. So
I will say, as someone who didn't who just watched a good game of football, it was good. It was a good game. It was a very competitive game. I will say it was the best that Arsenal have looked in a while. And I don't know, shenanigans in the back. I think that was a lot with Gabrielle and Holland. I mean, kind of good that the ref didn't play, everything. But it got to a point where it's a lot. But I don't know. I think overall it was a good game. I think it's going to be a close finish. I think the issues is going to be the goals, is because no one's scoring a lot. I don't think either team is scoring a lot. Today, Man City probably should have put a few past.
Yeah.
So it had so many chances today. Had so many chances that were either weak shots that just weren't great, or
Nico O'Reilly's last one,
or a deflection.
Where Cherokee put probably one of the most beautiful passes I've ever seen in my life, and it just dropped on O'Reilly's foot, and you're like, yeah, that's a goal, and then he kind of just patted it to the keeper. I think it's going to come down to goals. I mean, neither team is scoring a lot, and it's a shocking kind of.
I think everybody, and I think it's also a problem for the whole league, not just those two, but the goals. The goals overall are down.
We've been seeing some thrillers though. We're seeing 3, 4. I mean,
true, but we've already broken the record for most 0-0 draws in the league, and we're still not done yet. Just the Premier League in general.
We haven't scored 4 or more goals in a match, which Man City, you kind of expect. Arsenal, United, Chelsea, you expect them to put up a
3-4 goals pretty
matches in a season. December 2nd, we scored 5 against Fulham and won 5-4. That's the last time we put up 4 goals.
Yeah. And that was a crazy match.
That was a crazy match.
That
was probably one of the best matches of the season so far. That was awesome.
Me and JP talked about it a little bit. Both teams, Arsenal and City, really are even. City had their injury period in December and dropped a lot of points, and now Arsenal have had their injury period and have been dropping a lot of points. Even across the board, stats, it's almost identical. I mean, it's literally 3 more goals for one team, but one team didn't concede 3 goals. It's so
very even.
It's so even. It's crazy. So 5 games. It's going to be very interesting.
And we're both going to have schedule congestion too, because you guys are still in Champions League. We're still in FA Cup.
Yep. And you still have to play that Crystal Palace matchup.
And that Crystal Palace matchup is, who knows when that's going to be. The Aston Villa match could end up being our saving grace, because if Aston Villa is in the final, which gets played 3 days before the final match of the season, not only is Aston Villa, if they win, going to not give a flying fuck what happens in that match, they're going to be exhausted. Not only because they just played, but because if they won, they're going to be on the beers.
Yeah.
That's their Champions League right there.
And it could come down to the last week.
Yep.
What do you guys think has the tougher ending of the season? I'm looking at the schedule right now.
I think we have Newcastle, West Ham, Palace, Burnley, and Fulham. Those are our last 5. Not in order.
Palace, yeah. So Palace,
yeah,
Burnley, West Ham, Newcastle, Fulham.
Yeah. And then City have
Everton, Brentford, Bournemouth, Palace, Villa.
So City have the tougher run.
We have the tougher schedule.
That
Yeah,
ending Villa
the
game
tougher
is
last
gonna be
5.
tough.
Well, like I said, if Villa win a final, it'll be a much easier match. And I don't know if you guys remember, but the last time we played Villa on the final day of the season, we scored 3 goals in 8 minutes to win the title,
Yeah.
down 2-0. So, does history repeat itself?
All we know is
Yeah.
going to be entertaining.
Seems like it.
It's
Because
definitely going to
Arsenal
be
second 3
be
years in a row and
entertaining.
are currently sitting there.
Um,
Wes, what were your thoughts on the match?
I think Kyle kind of said it before, where I thought we played pretty well. I am really not. I think the game result itself obviously hurt, but where the situation is, I'm not really bothered as I would have been a couple years ago, just because if we play like that for the rest of our matches, like I see it being more than 50% in our favor. 'Cause we'll win out the games who we play. And we only have Champions League left, which yes is 2 games against Atletico Madrid, but I I watched the Burnley City first half today, and I tell you what, if the Burnley offense didn't score like a third division club, you would have had like 3 or 4 goals against you. The defense was leaky, and I looked at that and I'm like, City won today, but if they do anything like that for the remainder of the season, they're going to be losing points still.
So while I hear what you're saying, you also have to remember that both teams were going at it full blown because Burnley was in a situation where if they lose, they're relegated. It's official. So wide open match because Manchester City
I
sees
thought they were
that
already mathematically out.
they
They
are now because
basically
they lost.
were. They were so
Oh.
close
They lost.
that they basically were. But if they lost that match, it was guaranteed. I mean, I think everybody knew that it was guaranteed no matter what, just based off the table and points. But
Yeah, they're sitting at 20 points, but like they're
yeah,
going to go at, which means City's going to play right into that. They're not going to sit back against Burnley, and we didn't finish well. I mean, you're right. Like Burnley should have finished their chances, but I mean, it could have been a 5-2 match, 5-3 match in our
Yeah,
favor.
I
We
think
didn't
the
finish our
thing
chances, and we won.
I th- I think the thing that I disagree with in terms of like the media narrative and stuff and fans of all sides is like I felt like it was so overreacted of like it's over. It's so not. Like this is so 50-50, and to me I still find comfort within that, and I just again you look at the schedules, I'm really not worried. It's not going to be fun if we don't win, but I'm like I really still believe that we're going to win the league. That's all.
Yeah, but you also a month ago were saying you're going to win a quad. I mean, you haven't been worried
And
at all
then
season.
and then we didn't win the EFL. I mean,
You haven't been worried at all. I
I
mean,
didn't
what are you
I
going to
didn't
worry?
realistically think that we are going to win the quad. I thought that we were capable of doing it, but I didn't think that it was like a 75% chance of us winning the quad. So I do think it's funny how like we just lost on like, oh, well, we got the treble going, and then now
I
right now we still got the strong double going.
yeah.
Like,
I
I'm
mean,
always just gonna
look,
support with
I mean,
whatever's left.
yeah. I mean, Saka
the
not playing in any of those matches, that sucks. You know what I mean?
And that's the other thing too, like I know there's a couple things that you would put in the City favor column, but that's like another thing for the Arsenal column. We're getting Saka back in the next week or so. That's like another thing. Timber's coming back, and to be honest, White has been pretty
Horrible.
poor since coming back. So that's going to be a big contrast of a defensive
Yeah.
difference.
And White's
So
been
that's why, like,
garbage.
I'm not like, oh my
He
god,
was
it's over. Like,
he went from
it's
top 3 right back to bottom 3 right back in 1 year.
It's just because he didn't play.
Are you talking for Arsenal?
Yeah.
Okay,
No,
I
like
thought
in general.
In the league, yes.
Yeah.
In the league,
There
he
was
was
a-
one of the best right backs in the league last year. He was.
Yeah. He was
There
an
was
absolute
a
fire.
there was a stretch. He was top 5 right backs in Europe.
top 5 scumbags.
Well, you could still be good and be a scumbag.
No, he wasn't a talented scumbag. He was just good at pissing off goalkeepers at corners, and that was literally all he did. He was not good at anything else.
No, he was
Like,
really good at right back. He was really
Ben
good
White
at right
is
back.
not a good player, and nor has he ever been a good player. And I think
He's such a funny shithouser.
So here's the other thing. You guys are incredibly lucky that you have Gabriel for the next 3 matches. Because
No.
he should have been sent off.
No.
I mean, it would have been a straight red. It would have been a yellow. But I mean,
A headbutt is a straight red.
a headbutt is a straight.
It wasn't.
And that's a clear. Yes, it was. It was a clear headbutt.
It was a clear attempt at a headbutt, but he didn't.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. If you attempt to stab somebody, you still attempt to stab somebody, regardless if you hit them or not.
The thing is the headbutt was like this. If Holland had gone like this and leaned out of it, that's a headbutt.
We've seen
like,
that
no
be
question
called. We've seen red cards for that like a lot, like almost all the time.
Not if there's no contact.
Always, if they move their head forward,
this is
always.
contact.
Yeah, but the actual headbutt motion, he didn't make contact with the headbutt. They were head to head, both of them, obviously, forehead to forehead. They were about to make out. But when they separated, when Holland backed up, Gabriel went for the headbutt but didn't hit him. So if you don't...
Well, because they were already in contact. They were in contact.
His momentum was just making him lean forward.
His momentum. He left his feet.
Next topic. Like it's just like arguing with fucking make believe. Like it's the hardest thing.
And then
is that when you try to argue something and then it's like, nah, he fell forward. Momentum.
And on top,
are you kidding?
And then on top of that, like he didn't get a yellow card or even a foul called for any of the other shit.
They both got yellows for that. I thought
they did. But what I'm saying is all the stuff before that, the jumping on top of him, ripping his jersey, pulling him back. No yellow at all.
We've had many games.
They both could have gotten yellows multiple times.
We've had so many games this season.
I don't know when
where
Holland
on this podcast we complained about, or even me complained about how much the game was ruined from just the ref like restricting the game early, like giving a yellow card in the 9th minute when it's like, come on.
That literally, I think that was only you two, and I think it was only during that Chelsea game when I think specifically we only brought it up once, and it was you guys during the Chelsea game when somebody got a foul within like the first 3 minutes, and I'm pretty sure it was Mourinho, or who was it? Was it Mourinho or was it Zubamendi?
It was
one of them.
Somebody, but Mendy got a yellow for like this first challenge, in
the first game, which kind of was a yellow card, and then you guys got another one after that, and you guys got another one after that. That was the only time that was ever brought up.
Yeah, but that's the only time the ref was calling a yellow for every single foul.
And we reviewed every tackle, and it was all yellow cards.
Yeah, but not every tackle that's a yellow gets a yellow.
But
every yellow card offense is a yellow card offense.
Where I'm so confused is then like why in the group chat are we complaining about the refs like for the next 2 or 3 days? You.
Well, no. Hold on. Can I answer? Can I answer?
Not me. Not Hermione. You.
And a splash of Kyle.
I was just sure. You know what? I saw that on Twitter. I was like,
and a splash of Kyle.
We're gonna chur the pot a little bit here, boys.
We haven't had Arsenal referee excuses for the last fucking year.
I'm gonna answer that. Yeah. Hang on. I'm gonna answer that. JP brings up a good point. Why am I saying that? Oh, I didn't have a problem with the refs on calling a card or giving cards when they did, but then I complained about that in the box. Yeah. I'm still being consistent. I didn't think it was a yellow offense. I just thought that it was a foul. It should have been called.
On both. I mean, technically, Gabriel started the contact.
Yeah. And also, let's not fail to just ignore the fact that Arsenal made it to the semifinals of Champions League
twice,
second year in a row.
Are you just saying
a lot of twos, man? A lot of twos.
Like I feel like everything that you bring up is like the biggest like meme banter things that we could just like go after you for. You're literally bragging for like not doing well. Like you guys did well but didn't finish. Like you're
Dude,
bragging
I'm not
about
gonna
not.
lie. If you told me that my team got to the semifinals every year, and then
Oh
who
my
knows what
god.
happens after that, that's an incredible feat for any club.
That's like okay, that's like if the Jets win an AFC championship and then lose in the Super Bowl and I'm like, yeah, but we won an AFC championship.
You're
No,
t-
you don't
Yeah,
brag about
if you
I'm not.
but if you make the AFC Championship 3 years in a row, then it's like, yeah, the Jets are a good team. They keep making
Okay,
AFC
but the
championships
Bills, if the Bills,
Exactly.
okay, the Bills when
Exactly.
they didn't, wasn't it the Bills that they got
in
knocked, they lost three
four
Super Bowls
straight.
in a, yeah,
Yeah, 4
okay.
straight.
Now, if somebody were to be bragging about those 4 seasons, you'd be like, yeah, but you're never won. And I know that's a direct thing
Okay,
that a
no,
Patriots
no, no,
fan
no,
would
no,
probably
no,
make
no.
fun of the Bills for.
Hold on, but I agree with what you're saying, but if somebody says that now, hey guys, we made it to 4 straight Super Bowls, then that's stupid. But if you're in in that team at that era and you're making it to your 3rd straight Super Bowl as, you're a Bills fan, then yes, that's something to celebrate. Guys, we went to the Super Bowl the last 2 years, we're making it here again. We have another chance to win.
All
Being
I'm
in the moment
celebrating.
and celebrating getting to a semifinal or final is different to. It's not like Wes is like, well, guys, I know we haven't won a trophy in 20 years,
Say,
but
I will
in the
say,
last 20 years we've been to 13 finals. That's totally different.
I will say, you can 100% brag about being in the semifinals right now. Right now.
Yes.
No one will take that away from you.
No.
But
Yeah.
saying last year is stupid because you lost.
To put a bow on everything from these past few weeks, people think that I'm a Nimrod for the way I celebrate as if certain feats are trophies, but that's just what they're framing it as. I'm not saying, hey, we just should get a trophy for what we've done with 2 in a row or something. All I'm saying is I recognize that my club for about 10 years was unhealthy for my mental health. And then in the past 5 years, they've done a thing where we're 98 to 99% there. So I'm just relishing, celebrating, and supporting and encouraging that last 1% to happen.
Realistically, and this is just me asking not to be
Flip it.
toxic, what hurts more? The times when you guys were consistently finishing 8th or 9th place, or
8th and 9th place.
runners
Yeah,
up?
8th and 9th place.
8th or 9th place.
8th,
all day.
8th
all day
and
long.
9th place. You
As
want to know
a
why?
team,
close.
as
It's
a
it's not even close.
You want to know why? You want to know why? Because
hold on.
just missing out on first hurts, but nothing is more damning to pride and the love of that team when they're another 15, 20 points below that and sucked and ruined more of my weekends throughout the winter.
And don't make the Champions League.
Thank you.
I think, I don't know, as somebody that's literally going through it right now.
So you're saying the last 2 seasons, if you take last year and this year, you'd rather be a Spurs fan than an Arsenal fan? Because they won a trophy
because
last year.
that's not what I said. I said 8th place. I said mid-table, where yes, it kind of sucks. It definitely sucks. You're kind of missing out on Champions League.
We did that
you're not
1 year.
You know you're not going to get relegated. It's just kind of like a it kind of is what it is. Compared to getting and holding the glory and then losing. To me, I'm just telling you, if the Jets go to the Super Bowl and they lose, I will be devastated.
Of course.
Yeah,
rather than them not making the playoffs or anything, like I would.
But you're telling me that.
But hold on,
you're going to be way more miserable than when they go 18. You're going to be a miserable mofo for that season rather than having a somewhat enjoyable season and just missing out. And sure, it's going to hurt, but it's much more enjoyable than being a sucky ass team.
I would rather lose.
I'm with Wes. I'm with Wes on this.
I'll lose the next 5 Super Bowls and get there than never.
I think it's the hope. It's the hope that hurts me more. It's like the idea of like, oh my god, we can actually do this.
No, but no, as a fan, I want to feel those. I want to feel those ups and downs.
Yeah.
I want that.
Well,
Like
listen.
I would rather enjoy the season being part of it and having all of that time being in the mix and then having it ripped away than like it sucks being a Raiders fan. It sucks. Like it's I don't want to go to games. I get invited to games, I say no. I'm not going. I'm not going to go waste my time. Because I'm just going to sit my ass at home and bathe in my own misery. That's not fun.
Yeah. Like that's the Arteta problem where let's say we lose on the final game week. The final match, City scores more goals than they win the league. And we make it to the final of the Champions League and lose. Okay. You two and everybody else in that group chat are going to call for Arteta to get fired. But why?
And I'm
Who
going
are
to
you going-
literally look at my phone and
who
think
are
you
you
guys
going to
are
replace him with?
absolutely loco.
I would never.
I would want him to stay. I want him to keep losing.
No,
But
I hate
that's
that
where
man.
that's where
But
that's
who are
where
you going to replace
RJ
him with?
is not a fan.
TT.
He just calls and is like, sack him. Like you're an idiot. If the guy is getting you 99% and at some point the 100% is going to happen, stick with the guy.
But how do we know the 100% is going to happen?
You don't.
Because
you-
it's the only thing left. We are 99% there.
Maybe
We are
that
in the
1%.
toughest era
What if that
of
one-
this
RJ
league ever.
What if 1% is the coach?
Because the odds of someone improving by 1%, the only percent left, is much less percent than just sticking with the guy who's already there. You're asking another guy to climb the whole tree when there's a guy right up at the top. Maybe the guy at the top doesn't quite get it, but he probably will and is more likely to than the guy that's got to climb all the way back up again. That's why I'm totally in no matter what happens
like-
the rest of this season.
It's like hitting on 19 or 20 in blackjack. Like, yes, you technically could win blackjack, but your chances of busting you have a way greater chance of busting than you do. And hey, you might still lose to the dealer. You might still lose to the dealer with a 19 or 20, but you're going to win eventually.
In episode 4 of the Banter Boyz podcast, Wes said that Mikel Arteta has brought consistent progress, which is why he is the man who should be in charge of Arsenal. But if you're finishing in the same spot every year, is that still consistent progress? Especially when your goals are down.
Because the team, look, to have every single solitary stat up is basically impossible. But if this year's team played last year's team, probably winning. It's got more depth than last year's team. And yes, I would say that every year our team has gotten better, regardless of what one or two things you want to point to that didn't improve. So I'll stand by it.
Well, because the other thing you said was last year you got screwed over by red cards more than anyone.
That was
That's
true.
not the case this year.
There were no.
Right? Like, have you guys had a red card this year?
I haven't complained about red cards
No, I know.
for Arsenal.
I know, but that was why they didn't win the league last year.
Right. So we have improved on being much more disciplined with getting red cards.
Then I would think that would mean you'd be in a better position.
So what is the problem?
Yeah, but you're asking that like that's the only factor to what happens with the league. I mean, don't be narrow about the question.
I would argue that the problem is that Arteta does not bring tactical brilliance and adaptability.
I think it's cute that you had to write this down, but
no, that's a direct quote from you.
Yeah, I think
there's no tactical brilliance or adaptability whatsoever.
No, I think what you're commenting on is recent unsexy style of football with how we've grinded out certain games, and then you're blaming that as not being tactical. I think it's just so tactical that it's not really pretty at times.
Oh, it's too tactical. But this tactical gameplay that you guys have done in the last few weeks have led to your downfall. Like
it has,
ever since that I even said weeks ago that the way that you guys are playing, very defensive and very that is not good. You guys need to go out and attack. You guys have the team. And
I don't think anyone disagreed with you.
But like
Yeah, well, the other thing is going into the season, you hadn't lost to a top 6 team in 2 years, and you lost to 3 of them this season. You didn't improve in that aspect.
All right. Like I said, there's going to be a couple stats that you don't improve on, but overall, I feel like that there's progress with this year. And I also would say that there with 5 games left, I feel more confident and comfortable this year of winning it than when it happened last year. So unless Arteta loses the remainder of the games, I will be preaching from pretty high on top of the mountain that Arteta's in. I would need I'd say like end of next year, if like there was kind of a downturn, I'd be like, yeah, it's time for him to go. But
I
cut the
think
guy
he-
now, you're idiotic to be cutting someone now.
Do you think
What
he's
is
lost the
this?
majority of the fans? I think that's what I've
Not
just
at
noticed
all.
in the last few
Not at
weeks.
Kyle's
all.
buying Pokemon cards while we're arguing.
Not at all. Not at all. Nope.
Okay, well then I'm done. I'm done prodding.
There's
this league.
one more game from this game week that we need to talk about. Right?
No.
I don't think so.
Oh, he wants to talk about
Yeah.
Chelsea and Liam Rose Sr. being sacked. That's what he wants. He wants to
Oh,
Okay.
I
go for it.
was
We didn't
I was
vote
actually going to
yesterday
talk
and
about the
today.
Bournemouth Leeds, but that's fine. Brighton Chelsea.
Sorry,
Sorry
Nikos.
about that. Sorry about that. It's okay. Let him
5
think
games
that.
without a
Let him
goal.
let him make you think that Chelsea hasn't been on
Manager
his mind for
sacked.
all day.
Leave it to Chelsea to steal the headline when Man City finally get back to us after 7 months.
No, the headlines have changed. Actually, have you looked online? That happened before the Man City game, and then the Man City game happened, and then they went in first place, and then now the headlines are back to Man City.
I'll have to look at the printing time of the London Herald.
You just refused to check after 3. That's what you did. 1 to 2, you were like, oh yeah, hey, look at this,
no.
look at the headlines, everybody, look, Chelsea, the downfall.
They haven't been printed yet.
Post 3, it's like I don't even check my phone. I actually don't even watch football.
Well, he was going to comment on the Leeds Bournemouth game today, which was
No, he wasn't.
Great
He was
match.
never going to do that. He doesn't even know what the score is.
It's a great match, 2-2.
Genuine question, and I don't mean this facetiously. Do you have concern about the club, or do you think that in like 18 months' time you could be right up there fighting for a title?
No, what would be the concern? You tell me, and I want you to tell me what would the concern be. What we had a bad stint. We had a bad stint with a bad coach.
Not even just that, but the way the club is being financially run is really risky. And if you guys don't get European football next year, you guys are going to be really fucked on how you balance your balance sheets.
I mean, where are we drawing the line?
Enzo's gone.
Football.
And also Enzo's going to go, right? He's going to get sold for big money.
Oh yeah, we're making easily over 100 mil on Enzo.
Cole Palmer possibly too.
No,
I guess
he literally already said he's not leaving. Or did Indy Kyla say
But you
something?
signed your manager 4 months ago for 6 years, and he's gone. So I don't think that a contract has anything to do with whether you're going to stay at a club or leave. If they don't make championship football, they're going to have to sell players to make money. You have to.
Which we're going to sell Enzo Fernandez, who we've already had issues with, for over 100 million. We're probably going to sell players like Neto. We're probably going to sell people like Garnacho.
Okay, but what are you going to get for a Garnacho and a Neto? You're not going to get that much. Nobody's going to want to overpay for Garnacho, who has 0 goals, or Neto, who has 2 goals all year.
Those 2 young players are still going to average probably over 35 mil.
Garnacho's going to go to Spain or something.
Yeah,
and that's like me. That's me saying it like lightly. Pedro Neto, I think he gets so much hate for no reason. I genuinely think he's a star player. A lot of Chelsea fans hate him, and I truly think he's good because at the beginning of the season he was a stud and he was our top goal scorer for the first 6-7 weeks, and he was doing really well. He hasn't really done much right now. But still, regardless, he's probably going to pop off for Portugal over the summer. His transfer value is going to go up, and that's going to be a 50 million player. Garnacho fucking sucks. I can't stand him. But guess what? He's like 22. He's going to sell for over 35 million.
So one last and fair question. From top to bottom, like ownership to the players, what would like if you could draw the story of the next 12 months of the club, what does that look like? Like if you could just change anything.
We get defenders. I think I've been pretty consistent about that through the whole year. Is we need defenders.
Like you wouldn't change ownership.
Obviously, I literally said in text message today, Blue Co needs to go. Multiple times I said today, Blue Co needs to go. That whole shit that they're doing with Strasburg probably needs to stop. And I don't think anyone is here. I don't think anyone here is denying that. I don't think you've talked to, met, or seen one Chelsea fan that's been like, I love what they're doing. I love what they're doing with Strasburg. I love what they're doing.
I don't know many people that
not a single person. Okay, I don't know if that's like a small dig, but what I'm saying is not a single person is going to be out there supporting Blue Co and what they've done or what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
We got rid of our shit coach that they got from Strasburg from Blue Co. All right, he never should have been the coach. I don't know what kind of dumb shit that they're doing, but we got rid of him.
I mean, they're doing that whole like, trying to mold him in one place and bring him to Chelsea, and it didn't work out. Realistically, I mean, they should go get Cesc Fabregas.
I mean,
that's a guy who loves the club.
A proven coach.
No. That's our guy next.
I've seen Terry. I've seen Fabregas. I've seen a whole bunch of different names. The only thing that I want is a literal respected player or a proven coach. Because at least if you put a respected player in there, you know that he's going to get the dressing room. Because if you have a legend, like a club legend like Terry, he's not going to take shit. Kind of like what we saw with Vincent Kompany on every team that he went to. Nobody is going to talk shit to Kompany because Kompany's young enough and a legend to the point where nobody's going to fuck with him. So you need somebody that has a command of like a legend status, because Rafinha, no one really knew of him, at least me or any of you guys, prior to this. And he didn't have a proven history. So nobody's going to respect this guy. So if you get a club legend, go for it.
The other thing your best bet is like a veteran presence that's going to be on the pitch who's like been there. Like it's all youth right now. Everyone is so young.
But that's why I think a center
leaders like Caicedo, young.
He's like
Enzo,
20,
young.
Yeah. We need and it starts from the defense. I mean, if you look back at when we won the Champions League and our starting center back was like a 40-something-year-old Thiago Silva, I mean, we didn't have the best team back then. We had Werner, we had Havertz, we had Mason Mount. Our team wasn't good, but goddamn, you have somebody like Thiago Silva back there as your captain and center back who could barely move and brings your team together. That makes the difference. You need a senior presence on the team, and that's why we need to bring in a center back. I don't know who. It's just the defense. We need more maturity on the defense, and I think that kind of just spreads throughout the team. Somebody that can teach the young players. As of right now, we pride ourselves after being the youngest team ever and the youngest team, and how in the next 5-6 years we're going to be great. It's not working because we just have a bunch of kids out there that like everyone's trying to be the star, and then we have, our most mature player is Reece James, and he's probably only 24, 25.
Yeah, it's not
I think your best bet
where you could just develop everyone and get a high rating. Like
I think the club's best bet is for the fans to, and it's gonna. I think they need to make it ugly quick. I really think the only way that the club gets better is if the club changes owners, because the way they just thrash around owners, like you've had you've had a couple like decent managers that I guess by recent sake did decently, but like I don't know. I just think that the ownership is too volatile, and I'm not gonna lie. Like I feel a little bit bad for you as a fan of the club, because if that was Arsenal, dude, I would hate life. Like it wouldn't be fun.
I'm straight up chilling. Actually, I've got to see so much success in the last 10 years. If I were you guys, I'd literally be morally and deeply depressed with what you guys have gone through. That's awesome.
You think with this owner,
awesome.
you win a Premier League in 20 years?
In 20 years, probably. I mean, I think that would be
with this
absurd to
ownership
do.
group?
I think we started off strong, but the more that Blue Co started to take over, like when Bowley first started, he was shelling out cash, but also he was making decisions. So like the month that he came in, he fired Tuchel. So he started making decisions because Tuchel lost 2 to 3 games, and you're like, no, that's not what we do. So we need somebody that's competent running things. So Bowley should have absolutely no decision making. Blue Co on the top should have no decision making. So they need to maybe redo the boardroom. They're not going to sell. I mean, they just bought the team less than 5 years ago.
The problem is that they're using Chelsea to just try to inflate
Extort
the
money.
value. They're trying to just inflate the value of the club.
No, it's not extort money. It's the same thing that he did with the Dodgers. You just buy everybody, and the Dodgers bought everybody, and they started winning nonstop. But I think it's different from MLB baseball to Premier League.
The Dodgers don't have a salary cap, so you could buy everybody in baseball. You can't do that in the Premier League.
But I think that's what he tried to do with the long-term contracts, and it started to bite him in the butt. And then also they had to make a rule where you couldn't do that.
He's trying to flip that club. The way that he is running that club is to keep buying young players at 20 million, 50 million, 30 million, whose value goes up to 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 plus million. And you keep putting them on long contracts, so you're keeping the value in the club. And then in 5 years, you sell the club that you bought for 3 million for 6 million. And in 3 years, making $3 billion is
but
easy math.
It's the same thing with that also increasing the value of the players, though. If you have someone on an 8, 9, 10-year contract, when it's 3 years from now, and they have 7 years to 4 years left on their deal, and they're a good player, all of a sudden their value's way higher because they still have 4 years left on their contract. It's not like you're running out the last year and you need to sell them.
That's the whole thing. They're not doing it the way that they're running this club financially is not to win a Premier League or to win a Champions League or to win an FA Cup. But it's not. That's not their goal. No, it's not their goal. Their goal is to sign.
I would say the majority of the people that we have signed.
No.
You can't say. I will say, with exception of like 2 players, you can't say that the people that we have signed have just been like nobodies. Pedro Neto coming off of Wolves was unbelievable. João Pedro is still a good pick. Like I'll back him right now. He's one of the best strikers in the Premier League. He's had a few rough games, but he's unbelievable. I think tried.
But those players are not going to win you a Premier League. João Pedro was a young player who's going to increase in value.
João Pedro is
Neto,
doing
young
great.
player who's going to increase in value. Gittins, young player who's going to increase in value. Those 3 signings.
Why are they increasing in value? Because they're good.
Because they're young.
Because they're doing better.
Because they're young.
I don't think they're doing better.
Gittins has 0 goals.
Pedro Gittins. Okay, what I was going to say is that
these players were signed for cheap money, cheap than the average deal of Premier League players. They were all less than that. For the goal of them now being in the Premier League, their value is going to go up, whether they do good or bad. They're in the Premier League. They're playing for a top 6 club.
The majority of them are already in the Premier League.
Yes, but they're going from Brighton to Chelsea, so that value automatically goes up. Whatever somebody was going to play for a player on Brighton, they're now going to have to pay more because they're on Chelsea. It doesn't matter if the stats are exactly the same. Player A on Brighton, player B on Chelsea. Player B is more expensive because they play on Chelsea.
Yeah, but you're not making money on Enzo and Caicedo that you spend 200-something million combined. Like you're not getting that money.
We will easily get over 100 for Enzo, and the people looking at him are Real Madrid top teams.
Who's gonna pay over 100 million for him other than Saudi?
Real Madrid. You're going to look at top teams, PSG, Real Madrid. He's not going to a not top team. Also, what I was going to say is the decision making is the issue. We clearly needed a center back. And at that time, when we needed a center back, what we decided to do after our center back got hurt is we signed Garnacho. That was absurd. So it's the decision making. We signed Garnacho when we already had Neto. We already had Estevao. We already had Gittins, who we've only given like 4 minutes of time played. Who knows if he's all right? But the issue is that we gotta change the decision making. Obviously, we needed a center back, and what we did was go for Garnacho. And I think everyone, when we said that we were going for Garnacho,
why did they sign Garnacho? Did they sign Garnacho to win the Premier League? What do you mean? Who knows? You know? Did they sign
Garnacho
to win the Premier League? I
literally don't know. Who's to say that? Who's to say that? Who's to say that?
Garnacho because he's a guy who played well at times for Manchester United, and it's an opportunity to get a player at low value
to go up. That's the whole point of this model. That's the structure of the model. Buy somebody with potential.
If you get him and he goes back to the form he had with a change of scenery, then it was a great purchase.
It's a gamble. You bought him
but it's not a purchase that's meant to win you a Premier League.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
How is it not?
Would Manchester City last year go out and buy Garnacho to fill their left wing void? Yes or no? No, because he's not a needle.
No, because
he's not a needle mover.
Because they already
not a needle mover. If Doku wasn't there, they wouldn't have went for Garnacho. He's not somebody that's going to move the needle.
Garnacho only stopped playing at Man U because he had personal problems with them, not because he wasn't good. Not because he wasn't good. When he was good, he was good.
Inconsistent there.
I don't understand how you guys. It's so easy to see. Their model is to buy players with potential, get their value to go up, so they can flip.
Why would you not? Money. Why would you not buy
their value doesn't go up? Then
and that's what the problem is.
I think
what
Kyle's trying to say is that there's a distinct difference between a club that tries a business model of just trying to make sure that they get good profit versus like, hey, we're going to maybe pay a lot of money for this person to make sure that we win this league. Like, it feels like it's a little bit of a distraction on just trying to make money.
But why do they spend $100 million on Caicedo, $100 million on Fernandez, and 85 on Mudryk?
Because that was the very beginning of Blue Co. That was the very beginning of Blue Co, where they just had money to spend and to buy ready-made Premier League players.
No, because at the time when we signed those two players, they were the same boat that all these other players were. They were not on proving clubs. One has had the best World Cup of his life. Where was Caicedo before? Brighton. Where was Enzo before?
Yeah, the best
River Plate, I'm pretty sure.
Midfielders in the Premier League.
We got promising players, young promising players, which is exactly what we're still doing now. Yes, those two worked out. A few aren't working out. It's the same thing. Why would we pick up bad players? Why would we pick up not promising players? We have to go for promising players.
Okay. When the Chelsea whiteboard in the owner's booth, okay, rule number 1, like, hey, this is our first goal, is not win the Premier League. It's make money.
That's you saying that. That is you saying that because you.
What have they done to prove that to you? You're a fan. What have they done to prove to you that their number 1 goal is to win the Premier League and not to make money? What have they done to do that? Was it the Garnacho signing that proved? Oh yeah. Oh shit. We're a serious club. We're going for it, guys. We're really fucking going for it.
I question the Garnacho signing.
They haven't done anything. Blue Co has not done anything.
That is the one signing. That is genuinely the one signing that I can say was confusing. Everyone else makes sense.
They just spent $24 million to sack a manager after poor performances.
They spent $4 million to sack a manager, and they shouldn't have hired him in the first place. They hired a manager that would just listen to them.
Oh, it was only 4? Either way, they brought him in. They weren't doing well. They sacked him. That doesn't tell me that they don't want to win.
That tells me that the players are dropping in value because they're not winning games and they're not going to make.
You are only thinking at it.
Champions League to make financials.
You are only thinking about it.
Why did they fire Enzo?
You are only thinking about it as a negative financial. Like that's the only way you're looking at it.
Nikos, if my owner, no, if my owner was
you're switching the narrative.
If my owner was buying and selling players to just make money, I would be livid.
You're saying that. You are saying that.
The point as a fan is to watch my team
would you say that Yao Pedro is not a dominant striker? Yao Pedro is a phenomenal striker. Would you not say that? Or no, you're going to say, nah, he's just okay.
How many goals does he have this year? Does he have 25 goals this year?
How many goals does Gyökeres have? We could have the same conversation. He has probably the same amount of goals as him.
Okay.
So, can I say the same thing about Gyökeres? And first off, Yao Pedro has 14 goals.
Okay.
So let's look at the stats. Are we going to say he's a bum? No, he's a good player.
Okay, so what else are they going to do? So they made one signing? Like
we signed Esteval, who we have seen glimpses of an 18-year-old look phenomenal.
Okay.
Have we not seen Esteval look amazing?
if you want to win the Premier League, we should go out. Okay, so Arsenal should buy an 18-year-old to get 4 goals for the season to win the Premier League next year. That would be
is an 8.
boom.
Oh my god.
No, dude, they haven't done anything. I'm sorry, but that's just the truth. You could see it however you want to see it, but they're not making.
You're
moves.
looking at it as a way that you just don't. And I understand this is an Arsenal kind of banter
Arsenal,
bullshit.
Listen,
but you can't say that a player like Pedro is not worth it.
We had a season where Arsenal's ownership literally didn't spend any money whatsoever. We actually made profit in one window. The fans were going ballistic because that ownership was not acting like an ownership to win you a Premier League. We finished second. We finished second that year. We went out and sold players and made a profit the next summer. As a fan, that's bullshit because we're there to win the Premier League. What are you doing as an ownership to prove to me I'm spending money on shirts, I'm spending money on all this merchandise, going to games, obviously, if you're living in Europe. I'm spending all this money. You're supposed to deliver to me the Premier League. That's the point of this. What is the ownership doing to prove to you that they're attempting to do that? That being their number one goal. Arsenal now, me and Wes can't say the ownership aren't trying. We signed Declan Rice for $100 million. We went out and signed, hey, who's the best striker that's available? Gyökeres is available. He might not fit our system, but we're going to go for it and try it and see what happens. Hey, it might not work out. It might not work out. He scored the most goals last year. Let's try it. We need a striker. We'll go for this guy. Our ownership is trying to get us to win the Premier League. Whether they do or don't, that doesn't really matter. But they're making signings and deals with that being their number one priority. Chelsea's ownership are not. Chelsea's ownership are making deals to raise and inflate the value of the club. If João Pedro scores 30 goals, that's a consolation prize to them. That's not what they're looking for. They're looking for somebody to buy at 20, get them to raise to 40. Buy at 20, get them to raise to 80. Now the value of the club is more and we're going to make money. That's the point of the ownership. That's their goal. They're not sitting there every weekend like, we can win this game, guys. We're going to win the Premier League. Nope. It's, can we get Champions League so that our value stays high? Can these values go more for these young players? That's it. That's what I'm saying. You should be more pissed as a fan because they're not doing anything to win you a Premier League.
You can't go into a season saying we're going to target top 4. We're not going to target 1. We're going to target the 4th position or the 3rd position. Like, and then you look at the buys that they made. Like, who are the players that are starting?
We have to go back to, let's go back to 2022. All right. If we're taking this as a growth and what we've done since selling the club and the players that we bought. In 2022, we finished in 12th place. We've bought players, we shelled out money, and what did we finish in 2023, 2024? 6th place. We went up 6 places. How did we finish last year? 4th place. We got Champions League. So we are improving as a team. This year, things aren't working. We are having manager problems. We're having maturity problems.
But why did you have manager problems? What happened to Maresca? They got rid of him because he wouldn't play players to keep their values high. That's why they got rid of him. That's
you are the only one that's just that is saying this value high narrative.
That's why he was Nikos. Why is he won the Club World Cup, the great Club World Cup? Why is he not managing your club today?
Because we weren't winning games. That's what happened. Why have we fired every coach? Because we weren't winning games.
You were in the top 4 when you fired him. What are you talking about?
Because we lost multiple games in a row, and then he had a tiff with some of the players.
That's not what happened. That's not true. The reporting is that he wanted to play players based off of their performances in training and performances in game, and the ownership said you got to play these certain guys and you can't just play the guys that
I must have not seen that. If you can show me that or send it to me, I'll read it, but I have never seen it.
It was from Indy Kyla.
Everybody said it. Indy Kyla said it, and then Sky Sports said it. It was all over Sky Sports.
Then show it and then say something about it at the time. Like no one ever said anything.
We had an episode about it. We had an episode about it, literally.
Okay. Great chat.
Let's
run through predictions and get the fuck out of here.
Roger that. There's not many games.
No, there were a bunch of midweek games.
Wow, there's only 7. Well, yeah, but they counted those as match week 33.
Yeah,
Even though
because the
there was
match
a
week starts
double-
Saturday or
Yeah.
Friday.
Right, so then
Match week
we'll
starts Friday.
we'll do them all. They're all decent games, actually.
No. We're not. You're
Other-
not just trying to.
other-
You're not trying to
Alright,
just
alright.
catch up like that.
Let's do the bottom 5 because those are all legit games.
So we don't care about Sunderland, Forest. Forest are basically safe, right? They're pretty close.
They should be.
I don't
no,
know,
you don't know.
and they have a tough end of schedule.
So we're doing
They
Liverpool
have,
Palace first.
they have a tough end of schedule.
Liverpool Palace. I'm going 2-2.
I'm gonna go
I should've said
Liverpool
2-1.
2, Palace 1.
Yeah, I should have.
Liverpool 2, Palace 1.
3-1 Liverpool.
West Ham Everton. You want to do that one?
Yeah. That's gonna be a good game.
West Ham 1-0.
1-1.
Jack Grealish isn't playing.
Is he out for the season still?
Jack
Or-
Grealish is back recovering with Manchester City.
Damn. See, Lamal
He broke his leg.
Yamal might be out of the World Cup too. Might have a hamstring injury. Bad one.
I think the beginning. I'm gonna go West Ham. I think this game could get crazy, but I'm gonna go West Ham 2, Everton 1.
I'm just reading RJ's comments now. Stan's
Yeah, well,
definitely not buying players to make money. He spent 50 on Matawake.
2-1.
What'd you say?
Joe Chris
Nikos?
doesn't fit the system because we have no one on the team capable of passing the ball forward.
True. What'd you say, Nikos, for that one?
2-1 Everton.
Ooh, okay. Wolves. Oh, this is the biggest matchup of the weekend. Holy shit. Wolves versus Spurs. I think Spurs have to win this one.
Absolutely.
But they don't. It's a 1-1 draw.
2-1 Tottenham Hotspur.
Yeah. I'm just going for vibes on this one here.
I think it's gonna be 3-1 Spurs.
Ooh.
And if they don't, then it's a great hedge.
If they lose this, it's over.
1-0 Tottenham.
I think I think it'll be way too deflating. Arsenal Newcastle
Is where we're gaining points.
2-0.
It's gonna be so funny.
I said that I thought 2 weeks ago Arsenal would drop at least 4 points in their next 5. They have already done so. 1-0 Arsenal.
Okay.
It's gonna be funny. It's probably gonna be this way till the end of the year, but depending on the week, JP gets to play his sign up this week, and then it's gonna be me next week.
Oh, Wes, I already have another sign for next week.
All right, I'm gonna
Man
go.
City are still in first place.
Well, no,
It's right
because
here.
you don't play the next time that we are. Anyways,
Yeah, you guys don't play this weekend.
What did you say,
that's
Kyle?
true.
I said 2-0, and JP said 1-0. Is he lagging?
No. Oh, maybe he is.
Thought I was doing the fake frozen.
Spit it
thing
out,
again.
dude. This isn't fucking rocket surgery.
I don't even think about it, and I'm winning.
3-1.
I haven't thought about a single one.
3-1.
I literally just fire at the hip the first numbers that come into my head. I don't even think about where the match is being played or who's fit. Nothing. Just Bam, go.
1-1.
1-1 draw. And then United versus Brentford. Did United play in the middle of the week?
No,
No.
they don't play much.
True. I feel like Brentford has been doing good. I'm thinking about a draw here. But I already have 2 draws. I'll give United the win 2-1.
3-1 Manchester United. You ever see the guy who does the jerseys? It says Manchester United and then does all the
This
celebrations.
is definitely going to be a draw, 2-2.
What I was thinking.
3-1 United.
3-1 United. All right. City do FA Cup this weekend? Is that why they don't play?
Oh, is that
No,
this weekend?
they're just
No.
getting a nice break.
Because there's no Sunday matchups. It's Friday.
No, it is. It is.
Saturday.
It is.
Yeah,
It
so
is.
Sunday
It
is
is
FA.
FA Cup. It is FA
Gotcha.
Cup
So that's why.
against Southampton. How's their
Yeah.
form been? They beat Arsenal.
They did. Real quick, did you guys see Leicester City? Double relegation. Relegated last year. Relegated again this year. Down to League One.
They stink.
Yeah.
Get Ranieri back in there.
Yep. That
Bring
sucks.
back some end of season Andrea Bocelli.
Yeah, that stinks. I'm trying to think what else.
That's crazy. So Arsenal play 3 games before City play their. Actually, in the next 10 days, no, sorry, 12 days, Arsenal play 4 times. City plays twice. Make it make sense.
Because we're gonna have the same schedule congestion. It'll
Oh,
just be
no, because we're in Champions League that you guys got knocked out of a few weeks ago.
Yeah, and then in the following 12 days, we're gonna play the same amount of games that you just did.
It depends how the cookie crumbles.
Well, we have 5 Premier League matches as well. We also have FA Cup. So, yes, Wesley, that's how the math works.
Is it just 1 leg against Southampton or is it 2?
It's
It is
it's 1.
1?
It is 1. And no, the Citizens are not traveling strong to Wembley.
No, they're not.
Sold 2,500 extra seats to Southampton, which I get it. You go to Wembley 32 times in the last 10 years. Costs you $500 a
Surprised
pop to
there's
go.
not international fans wanting to go.
I don't think they're going to remember that in history with the deduction coming into play.
Potentially.
You remember our trophies. As a matter of fact, before Pep Guardiola took over, you guys had like twice as many as us, and now I think you guys are at like 47 trophies, and we're at 44. So this year, I mean, could be another 2 for us. So 47, 46. It's getting close.
Getting close. We shall see. It's a good
Well,
episode.
boys, good
Episode
episode.
48 in the books. 49 next week. Then we're at episode 50.
Big 5-0. Let's figure something big out for the big 5-0.
Yeah, we gotta do some brainstorming.
I've been waiting to do all these extra games and guessing and
True.
Yeah.
Maybe we need a quiz or something.
All right. Well, we'll figure it out.
Maybe it's time for Nikos to make one. He can host.
Maybe. I'm better at presentations.
present
All
us
right,
the
well,
trivia.
Yeah.
Great. Thanks for listening.
All right, boys. Later.